What is going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue, and in this video, we're talking all about the Batman because in this world of the DCEU movie universe, there's a lot of things to talk about. Joss Whedon putting his foot in his mouth trying to defend himself with this whole Justice League situation. We got the Flash prequel comic coming out. We have the whole Batgirl suit controversy with new set photos out as well. But the thing that shines above them all is this Batman movie because I have nothing but positive things to say about this movie. The marketing is in full swing. We got new posters. We got a couple early reactions to the movie, and I'm gonna read those for you. Give you guys the runtime for the movie, what I think about it, and give you guys a little bit of a taste from this article from Movie Maker that highlights Matt Reeves as a filmmaker. If you do look forward to all of that, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel before we get into it. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Let's get into this first poster right here, and it's the Bat and the Cat. No surprise that they're highlighting both Batman and Catwoman. We've seen multiple shots from different angles of them on rooftops, and this is just a great looking shot right here, and I would love to frame this on my wall. Anyways, nothing fancy here. You got a really cool shot of and side profile of the Batman, Robert Pattinson's bat suit, which looks really cool from this angle. From some angles, not the best looking suit, but in all of the marketing materials, this suit just looks great. So it really just proves why you want to, as a studio, reveal the suit yourself versus getting set leaks and photos leaked out. Because the motorcycle image that we first saw, we've come a long way from that. It was just a horrendous looking image, but in the right light, right angles, this suit looks awesome, and that's no difference here in this photo. It's a great shot. Of course, Catwoman, nothing real fancy here. I do think we see her nails kind of towards the bottom of the image. I'm not sure why it's getting cut off here. So no cowl or anything, or no mask, I should say. But she does look great next to Robert Pattinson's Batman. I think she really fits for this universe. And again, it's another shot of them on a rooftop. This is probably outside of Batman's loft where he's running a lot of his operation out of, from things I've heard and read. But yeah, this is great. These rooftop shots just look very beautiful. So shout out to the cinematographer or the photographer who took this. It looks amazing. Let's get into the next one here. The next one, I love this. It says, for anyone doubt, it gets into the runtime. So spoiler ahead for the second story. The Batman is now confirmed to be 2 hours and 55 minutes. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. We're going to get into some early reactions in a second. But first, let's take a look at this poster. This is awesome. Now, there's been a lack of really great movie posters lately in terms from the superhero standpoint. But these Batman posters and everything that's been coming out for them just look great. The best part about this one is the little question mark in the side of Robert Pattinson's iris right there. And I love that we get a super macro shot of his face because it is going to be a really deep dive into his psyche for this movie. And I think this type of macro shot fits perfectly for a poster for this movie. So let me know what you guys think of these two posters. Which one do you prefer? If you had one to hang on your wall, let me know in the comments down below. But let's get into some early reactions. Early reactions to this movie. We're going to get into we got into the runtime. So let's get into the first two. We have two reactions. One from Grace Randolph, who you guys may or may not be a fan of, but I continue to say she's credible for the most part. Of course, she's not going to get everything right. But then we're going to get into Steve Weintraub from Collider's reaction and his article. So let's see. She says, apologize for the stuffy nose. I've heard and continue to hear that here we go. Let's go for the first one. Yes, the Batman runtime is 2 hours and 55 minutes, almost 3 hours of Batman-y goodness. With so little competition, I'm confident it can book enough screens to still play every 15 to 30 minutes, even with such a long running time. DC goes on to say, I've heard and continue to hear the third act is weak, but the rest of the film is fire. Some might argue it's too long when they see it, but as a massive Batman fan, I'll take as long a stay in Gotham as I can get. So I totally agree with her. Now, I love long movies. My favorite movies are incredibly long. And the more I can spend time in the world, the more I can immerse myself into the story, the more I like it. So I'm super hyped for this. A lot of us thought they were going to cut it down. and I'm sure that Warner Brothers is taking all the reactions to the movie into account, as Steve Weintraub puts it here. So Steve Weintraub from Collider. Again, I know this guy has made many enemies in the fan base of the Snyder fans out there. But anyways, I know multiple people that have seen the Batman. All of them said it's fantastic. They tested the movie a few times, and reaction to those screenings gave WB confidence to release this. The Batman runtime revealed, clocking in at nearly 3 hours. So let's go ahead and go into his article right here. It says, so as it says in Batman runtime, nearly 3 hours. So this was confirmed by the Hollywood Reporter, by the way. So just to kind of dig in a little deeper, it says, I'm going to read only a portion of it. It says, the film is also 11 minutes longer than Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises, which currently wears the longest solo Batman film crown at 2 hours and 44 minutes, which it will need to pass on to the Batman come March. The Batman still has a sizable distance between the longest superhero movie, which would be Zack Snyder's cut of the Justice League, which was just released at a staggering 4 hours and 2 minutes, though this version of the film was only released on HBO Max and not a theatrical release. When compared to other detective thrillers, the film surpasses other classics such as David Fincher's Seven and Zodiac, which came in at 2 hours and 7 minutes and 2 hours and 37 minutes, respectively. Funny enough, those are two movies that it seems like this movie is taking a little bit of inspiration from. So that's all I'm going to read from this article right here. I'm super excited about this movie length. I don't know about you guys, but in terms of the early reactions, obviously Grace Randolph's reaction, actually, it wasn't her reaction, it was someone she knows, their reaction, saying the third act is weak. She's said that multiple times. And again, you're not going to get everyone who completely loves the movie. So I welcome in a little bit of criticism there. But from what Steve Weintraub has said, who knows several other people who've seen it, and they just say it's fantastic as a whole. So just because there's a little bit of criticism for a movie doesn't mean it's anything to worry about. So we obviously can form our own opinions when we watch the movie. But yeah, super excited about that. Quickly, I'm going to get into this last one right here. I'm not going to read the whole article for you, but I will give you a little taste of the article. And I think it's a really great article that I started to read, and it really highlights Matt Reeves as a filmmaker and his commitment to this movie and the process of making a movie. So let me pull that up for you right here. So it takes place, it's an interview with Matt Reeves, and I just want to read this out to you here. And this is from Jeffrey Wright, who plays Commissioner Gordon. Just a little snippet of his description of Matt Reeves as a director. He says, here, a quote, "There were times when I thought maybe we don't need that comma there," says Jeffrey Wright, who plays the incorruptible Gotham cop Lieutenant James Gordon. And he's like, wait a minute, that comma relates to a comma in the next scene. If you take that out, then it changes the value of the next one. It's a really tightly woven script, speaking to Wright. And then that Matt Reeves, he's talking about how Matt Reeves says that a simple placement of a comma in his delivery would change a whole scene. So, and later on in the article, Matt Reeves talks about how an incredible talent like Jeffrey Wright, you want to capture his best performance and how he'd like to portray something, but he really did have the script down packed to that much detail as to where he put that comma there very intentionally. So I love that. It was just a little taste of the article. I highly suggest you guys check it out. So again, this is from Movie Maker. It's an article from Movie Maker. Check it out. It's a long article, so I don't want to read the whole thing here. But it just goes to show that we could trust this guy, Matt Reeves, to really put his all into it. There's other actors that say he's probably editing right now. Like, this guy is living and breathing Batman. He actually just tweeted out that you could listen to Michael Giacchino's score at 9 p.m. tonight. So if you've seen this video before 9 p.m. tonight, check out Matt Reeves' Twitter and or Michael Giacchino's Twitter, and I'm sure you'll see that. We're gonna get to listen to the epic Batman score. I've heard enough of it to where I know I'm going to love it, and I'd love to experience it in the movie. So I'm probably not going to check it out. At this point, I'm all sold for the movie. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on all these stories here. And thank you guys for watching. Please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. Catch you guys later. Peace.